Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Perspective. We'll be talking about the politics of agitation as we are seeing from the opposition, mainly PTI, also the Cipher controversy where we've seen the PMLN leadership come out and very categorically say that they are going to be pursuing this because of national interest. We'll be talking about what are the legal ramifications of this inquiry and how it will pan out for the opposition. As far as the government is concerned, they've taken a very clear stance, which they say is in national interest and that they will not let this one go as far as the pursuant to the audio leaks. Of course, we'll be talking about that. We will also be talking about, of course, the earlier information as far as the PTI is concerned, having said that they would come back into Parliament as far as Imran Khan Sahab is concerned, were the investigation into the Cipher take place. That seems rather redundant at the moment. What is the game plan as far as the PTI is concerned? Also the talks of a long march, a plan at the back end, which is a secret plan. All of those things, how true they are, how relevant they are, how what kind of a future can we see for immediate future for politics in Pakistan. All of that today on Perspective. I have with me Abdullah Mumtaz Kaloon, who is leader PTI. Thank you for joining us. We also have with us Ali Rashid, who is leader PPP. Thank you for being with us. And we have Ahmed Jawad, who is leader PMLN. Thank you for being with us. Let me start with Ahmed Jawad Sahab. Jawad Sahab, overall, as far as the government is concerned, the PMLN is concerned, we saw the press conference yesterday. We saw, as far as the government is concerned, there is a categorical, there seems to be across the board agreement that this is something that has to be investigated. It is in the national interest to do so. It is something that cannot be forgotten. It is not something that, as far as the Cipher is concerned, the audio leaks pursuant to this Cipher, the story that has been given to the people, the controversy as it's been told to the people, the way that the stance, the main what one can say backbone of the argument for the PTI saying that this is for the validity of this government, that is something that they've argued against, hinges on this Cipher being the key communication. What do you agree? What are your thoughts on this? How does the government plan to? How does the PMLN plan to proceed? Jawad Sahab, can you hear me?
In your question, one is about the audio leaks and secondly, it's about the Cipher. I think the subject of Cipher obviously is very important from the perspective that it is related to the national security and national interests, and the loose statements which have been coming from Imran Khan that he had a copy of Cipher and I don't know where it is. So this is something which cannot be expected from the top leadership of the country. We are talking about some sensitive information. We are talking about talking about disposal of important and sensitive documents. It cannot be just casually remarked, I had and I don't know where it is now. So it is something very irresponsible. That is one aspect. On the other hand, what we have listened to the audio tapes, which are basically explaining the reasons behind this agenda of foreign or imported government, against the American. This all has been exposed now, and it is in front of the nation that how this discussion has led the country towards something which never existed. So things were converted into desirable to their advantage. The minutes which can appear according to the agenda which they wanted to
Right.
use as a political slogan, as a political agenda. So this is all now very much clear in front of the nation, and it's very unfortunate if the top leadership of the country is exploiting such sensitive information for the sake of their political agenda. And the whole country has also suffered in the last 5-6 months because this was the basis of political agenda of Imran Khan. And in the end, what do we see? It has
Right,
been
Jawad
converted.
Sahab, let me come back to you. Please stay with us. I'm going to go to Abdullah with this. Ji, Abdullah, as far as, I hope that you heard what Jawad Sahab is saying. He's saying that, this is the narrative of the PTI seems to hinge on something that for all intents and purposes, as the government has explained, as the PMLN has explained, and now Jawad Sahab is echoing, is something that doesn't exist, it seems. How would you respond to that?
Maruk, thank you for inviting me on your program. I really respect Jawad Saab, but I have to beg to differ in what he says. First of all, the national interest of Pakistan dictates that the cabinet, the National Assembly, or the rump as I tend to call it these days, should sit down and discuss what is the national interest. Is the national interest in trying to find out who had the constitutional legal authority to bug the office of the chief executive? Or is the national interest trying to go over ground that we've already covered, that there is indeed a cipher? We keep rehashing this issue. In fact, the audio leaks confirm what Prime Minister Imran Khan was saying for many months. There is a cipher in play. Donald Lu, the Assistant Secretary of State, did make those remarks. They're part of the cable by Asad Majid Khan. They're already in those. I'm deeply troubled as to why there's so much politics is being made out of it. I mean, let's talk about audio leaks when Maryam Nawaz is approaching her uncle for importing machinery from India.
What about playing? What about, how would you explain the audio, since you have mentioned it? I have not. How would you explain, the fact that it has to be played with? So it's, so it seems from the audio. How do you explain that? How does the PTI explain it? What is their own interpretation?
It's very easy to play with things. I mean, Khan Saab, it goes to Khan Saab's credit that he used something for maximum political credit, but it confirms the fact that there is a cipher in play. Pakistan was threatened, and it's not the first time that Pakistan is being threatened.
But doesn't it allude to the fact that this cipher and what it actually...
Pakistan was threatened back in the time of General Musharraf's era, that is going to be blown back into the Stone Age. So we're not a stranger to being threatened. We have been threatened many of times in the past as well. But this time there was a regime change operation in Pakistan. We saw it, millions of Pakistanis saw it being in effect. But let's talk about the audio where Maryam Nawaz's son-in-law, the machinery is being imported for India for that purpose. And at the same time, I do recall Maryam's jalsas in Gilgit-Baltistan, where she was saying, I'm the daughter of
Jawad Sahab is probably the right person to explain this. But what she did say in the press conference is the fact that she said that, there is nothing against Pakistan's national interest. And categorically, she has also made a statement saying that she is very sure and she can stand by this, that there will never be an audio that will ever have her say anything against Pakistani national interest, which is what the PMLN is saying. Khan Saab, Imran Khan Saab, PTI chairperson, is actually doing, and this is where the Tareen audio is clubbed in also. Let me come back to you and I will let you answer in detail. I know, Abdullah, I will come back to you. I will give you the time to answer this. Ji, Ali, do you agree?
Well, depends with whom. If my friend from PTI or my friend from PMLN. Well,
I'll let you answer this. Ji.
My friend from PTI was saying that there's cipher in play, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's Imran Khan Saab who's playing with the cipher, and he said, let's play with it. And that's exactly what he's doing. And actually, the way you could see from the audio leaks, he was categorically saying, no one should take America's name, no one should take America's name, but there's a saying in Urdu, nakal ke liye bhi akal chahiye. he ended up, by mistake, by a slip of tongue, taking America's name himself in the audio leaks when he was telling everybody that I don't want anybody taking America's name. Secondly, coming to the fact that, things are very serious. The foreign funding case and the fact that he's being foreign funded, then the entire narrative of his, which is actually hurting Pakistan's national interest, and how he's playing with things. And if you look at the way when he was asked if he had a high-profile meeting with a certain someone, he's like, जी मैं बता भी नहीं सकता और मैं झूठ भी नहीं बोल सकता. Even his language is of a foreign agent. Like they say, na, I can neither confirm nor deny. Some agents use that kind of language. Even his language is turning into like an agent, a foreign agent's language. Besides that, so I feel that I think
you're
even
saying that there is no cipher at all.
I think there's no cipher at all. And the cipher which was there, which he admitted yesterday on ARY, on a show, he said, yes, I had it, I misplaced it, or I've kept it somewhere. I think if in a first world country like the United States of America, when Donald Trump took classified documents to his home and his house was raided by the FBI, I think similar, actions need to be taken, and we should be, because this is, it's not a matter of any government or any political party. I think it's Pakistan's national interest at stake, and we can't compromise on that.
Right, let me come back to you. Ji, Jawad Sahab, as far as, you heard what Ali Rashid had to say, you heard what Abdullah Mumtaz Kaloon is saying. As far as the PTI is concerned, as far as the PPP is concerned, the question is, let me ask you this, as far as, we saw also an arrest warrant in the field yesterday. Overall, how do you see, and then the jalsa that's happening at this time as far as the PTI is concerned, overall, what do you think will happen in the next couple of weeks as far as the politics are concerned, as far as, the call for long march is concerned, as far as PTI's next plan is concerned? What are your thoughts on that?
I think what will happen in the coming months will not be different what we have seen in the last 5-6 months. It is basically the constant threatening and exploitation of the political situation in Pakistan by Imran Khan. He has carried multiple agendas so far, whether it is the imported government or foreign agenda, and different narratives he has been carrying. And along with that, constant threats to destabilize the government or to remove the government or demand for the next election. So I do not see anything different which will happen in the next few months or in next few weeks. It is just a repetition of the same what Imran Khan has been doing after he left the office or he was removed from the office. So I don't see any suspense in this.
Jawad Sahab, you don't think that, what, as far as this overture, what can one call it? As far as, the fact that investigation into the cipher would then result in the PTI returning to Parliament. You think that is, of course, unlikely now? You think that we will have to have the same style of politics which you are talking about, which means a lot of agitation, a lot more, on the streets, a kind of politics instead of in the Parliament?
I think it's very unfortunate that if Imran Khan and PTI had behaved and reacted in the same manner like they did after the 2018 elections, despite the fact that they had a lot of reservations, and we know what actually happened in 2018 election. Yet the political parties like PML and People's Party, they accepted the verdict outcome of the elections. They were sitting in the opposition. And 3.5 years, Imran Khan was given 100% liberty and independence. There was nothing like what we are seeing in the last 5 or 6 months. I think same should have been applicable on Imran Khan. He should also responded or behaved in the same manner after there was no confidence in the parliament. I mean, he was having those alliances with him. which eventually turned towards PMLN and Pakistan People's Party. So what is the big objection? And after that, now it is 6 months that he has tried to do everything which can destabilize this country. He has made every kind of statement which can create problems for Pakistan, or it can tarnish the image of Pakistan. And he can even go to the extent of bombing this country if he is not in the power. So it looks like that this Pakistan, in his opinion, should only survive if he is the Prime Minister. Now, this is neither the Constitution nor the law or by any definition of civilization.
Let me come back to Jawad Sahab. Ji, Abdullah, what are your what are your thoughts on the kind of politics, in the sense that I keep asking people, from the PTI, the representatives from your party, as far as returning to Parliament is concerned, because then we will be seeing a different style of politics, perhaps an opposition that is in Parliament. We can talk about things like, actually constructive criticism, or, policies of actually things that can make a difference to Pakistan, all of those things. Do you think that there's a chance that that can happen?
Maruk, firstly, I have to say that I'm very surprised with the way the regime that's taken over had decided to carry on some of Imran Khan's policies. In fact, I was watching an interview yesterday on CNN, where I was very surprised to find that Chairman Bilal Zardari Saab, our current foreign minister of this regime, who seemed to be saying on the American TV that the Taliban regime in Pakistan should be supported. And I was very surprised. I mean, here's a man who's been criticizing Imran Khan Saab for the past 7 years by calling him Taliban Khan, whatnot. And here he was trying to fight Taliban's case on national TV in America. And I was thinking, why did this young man not sit with Khan Saab when Khan Saab was talking about the issues that the Taliban government in Afghanistan, the interim government of Afghanistan, was having? Why could he not sit with them? Those constructive discussions should happen. But in fact, what has taken over in our assembly thus far since 2018 has been pure personal interest. We've seen how some of the political parties, including Muslim League Noon, People's Party and JUI, amongst the PDM coalition, they've tried to blackmail PTI over and over again. Please do this, please do that, then we'll talk with you. When it came to the FATF, they would blackmail us time and time again, and all the legislation you saw with the undoing of the NAB ordinance, that was all being the blackmail that was happening to us over the past 3 years. But I'm glad to hear that some of these policies are being taken forward. And as far as my dear friend Ali Rashid's question is concerned as to where the cipher can be found, I can say on national TV, you can find a copy of the cipher in the Foreign Office. You can find it, one, in the Chief Justice Saqib Umar Bandial Saab's office. And finally, one, you'll find another copy of it with the Speaker of the National Assembly, Raja Parvez Ashraf. 3 places you can find a copy of the cipher.
So the original is...
Ji Ali.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a classified document, and the original, as my friend Abdullah is saying, a copy of it, which was sent to the Chief Justice, one which is sent
Ali,
to the National Assembly.
If you can please move a little closer to your camera, because I think there's a... Ji.
Okay. So basically, I'm saying that, as my friend said, that he is absolutely right. You can find a copy of it with, it's a classified document, a copy of it with the Chief Justice, a copy of it with the National Assembly, but the original one, which was with the Prime Minister's office, is missing. And Mr. Khan last night admitted that he had it and he has kept it somewhere or misplaced it, but it is in his possession. So I think that is pretty incriminating itself, and it's worthy of taking action, in my opinion. Where is the original, the real one? The copies of it were sent out to everybody from the Prime Minister's office, but the one which was in the Prime Minister's office is missing. And Imran Khan didn't even say that it was misplaced by the new regime. He is admitting that it was misplaced by him and he had it and he's kept it. So he's acting exactly like Trump, thinking classified documents are his property, taking them home to Bani Gala, just like Trump took back all the classified documents to his beach home residence. So I think we have something to think about.
Ji Abdullah.
Marok, the thing is, like I said, the copies that are available in the 3 places I've mentioned are all attested copies and were placed there. They've all been accepted as true copies
But
of
you
the
admit
original.
that as far as the
So
original
the,
document is concerned, it was lost in possession of the former Prime Minister. Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't say that. I think the original document is with the Foreign Office. In fact, Asad Majid Khan Saab is thankfully very much alive. He can be brought before the Select Committee on Foreign Affairs or the National Security Council. In fact, he's already appeared before them. So it's not much of an issue. In fact, as for my information serves me correct, he's currently serving in Belgium. So it's not very hard to find where he is. So coming back to the audio leaks themselves, I have to say that there has to be a scrutiny on as to how the most sacred place in Pakistan was bugged. That's the
but
first
I think
question
there's
that we need to get to the
agreement
bottom
on
of.
that itself. I think Jawad Saab can correct me if I'm wrong. Jawad Saab, there is overall agreement on the fact that, of course, you know, the security of the PM house and as I understand, the government is looking into all that.
Can you please
Jawad
repeat
Saab?
the question? Hello?
Gigi, can you hear me?
Ji, I can hear you.
Jawad Saab, I'm saying that overall there seems to be agreement on the fact that, of course, as far as the PM house is concerned, to secure it as much as possible and that the audio leaks need to be overall investigated. I think that there is no disagreement on that.
Besides what politically it is being discussed, political parties finding advantage or disadvantage coming out of the audio leaks. But I think there is one thing which we should all agree, that the Prime Minister office, whether it is held by PTI or PMLN or any other political party, the security of the PM office and the PM house, it's about national security. It should be secured. And if there is threats from the technology or whosoever is behind that, I think that should be taken care. And this kind of leaks should not happen, irrespective which government is in the power and which government was in the power.
Right. Jawad Saab, overall, as far as these jalsas are concerned, do you think that they will continue? You know, of course, as far as Imran Khan Saab is concerned, now we are into 6 to nearly 7 months into, you know, this vote of no confidence that happened legally. And we are seeing these rallies, these jalsas continue. Do you think that they will continue post-November? Do you think they will continue? Because as far as the government is concerned, they have categorically said that as far as, you know, PDM is concerned, overall, all parties are in agreement that they will continue, they will complete their term, and then the elections will be announced. So that demand of the PTI doesn't seem to be, you know, I don't think it's going to be accepted anytime soon. Do you think it's going to, in that kind of a scenario, are we looking at more agitation on streets? And is the government going to prepare for that? How is it going to work?
I think first of all, it depends on the decision of Imran Khan that how far he wants to go. He kept threatening in the past, and he has again now announced that in 1 week time he might give a call for some kind of agitation or dharna or whatever they are planning. This is up to him, but on the other hand, I think PDM and People's Party, the government, they have very rightly expressed that it is not Imran Khan who has to decide for the election. It is the constitution which will decide the timing of the elections. And according to the constitution, I mean, we have to wait, and Imran Khan should also wait.
Right, fair enough. Abdullah, as far as this resignation into, you know, resignation from assemblies is concerned, you know, it's no secret that this was hotly debated and there was agreement, disagreement from the members within your party whether to tender the resignations or not. In that scenario, we are, you know, still as far as the Election Commission is concerned, elections are concerned, with the flood scenario overall, you know, it seems like if there's going to be, and of course the government is adamant, they're quite clear on this, that they will continue till the term is, you know, supposed to finish, which is August of next year. do you think that is there a game plan? Does the PTI have a game plan at this time, or it's something that only Imran Khan Sahab knows and his confidants know, people close to him know, or is it something that everyone is privy to? What is it? All seems to be up in the air at this time.
Maruk, not at all. It's not at all in the air.
Okay.
As far as Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is concerned, our government, we have a government in the Punjab, in the KPK, in Gilgit-Baltistan, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, 4 of the...
So why not come back into the parliament then?
And as far as the Rum Parliament is concerned, we do not accept a illegitimate
But you are in parliament in all these other provinces, right?
Maruk, you have to let me answer in an uninterrupted manner. Basically, the thing is, I really admire how PMLN seems to want to so desperately wish to continue their constitutional tenure. When PTI government was in power, the same PDM parties would, on a daily basis, threaten to resign from assemblies. They would call this government a selected government, all sorts of names. Even during the COVID pandemic, when the health of every single Pakistani was at stake, the jalsas continued with no mercy. So the thing is, right now it's a question of national security. All of the Pakistanis up and down the country saw the establishment of the illegal stock exchange that was set up in Sindh House. They saw the regime change operation in effect. In fact, a replay of Operation Ajax that happened in 1953 next door. So we all saw that. But the thing is, Khan Sahab is the most popular leader in Pakistan. PTI is the most popular leader in Pakistan.
Now, Abdullah, you have to let me interject here. Let me interject here. So you just said to me that Khan Sahab is the most popular leader. What is he? As far as, do you think he will not be the most popular leader if the elections are held according to term in August? Is it about retaining that wave, retaining the popularity? What is it then?
No. Not at all. Maruk, it's basically about justice in this country. I mean, 5 days ago, the whole country saw how a proclaimed offender was allowed to come back to the country on the Prime Minister's jet. Seriously? I mean, are we a banana republic? For a proclaimed offender who's been on the run for 5 years, he was allowed to come back to Pakistan, no questions said. His convictions have been brushed under the carpet. I mean, where are we? Is this a banana republic?
What about Imran Khan Sahab and the fact that he was granted bail today, which is a Sunday? That is also something that happened out of, on a weekend, on a Sunday, with the courts having been opened, all of those things. So then, is it past piecemeal? Is it about when it happens for the PTI, it's okay, but when it doesn't happen for them, I mean, there seems to be...
Maruk, Khan Sahab, first of all, has not been on the run for 5 years. He's been in Pakistan, toiling away for the past more than 27 years. So we cannot compare.
I think I'm going to let Jawad Sahab take this. Jawad Sahab, will you please answer this? Can you hear me? No, I think Jawad Sahab can't hear me. Okay, please. I mean, as far as that is concerned, that is on. That's your right to say that about the other political parties. There can be disagreements, all of that. But my question, in essence, remains that as far as now till August is concerned, to the common man, what are they looking at? And I think, then I'll go to Ali, but overall, as far as for the people of this country, are they going to be, they're dealing with floods, they're dealing with inflation, they're dealing with numerous challenges on, a lot of levels, on every level, I would say. There's also now the threat of waterborne diseases. There are children right now who are suffering so much. So, that suffering is something that is more important for the government at this time, it seems. That is what the Prime Minister has said time and again.
Maruk, it's no secret that ever since this imported regime has come, the matters have gone worse from what they were ever in Pakistan's history. I was with the president of the Karachi Chamber of Commerce.
Since your government came in?
They came from good to worse. So they were left in a stable way. We were at 4% growth, 4.6%, and now we're in negative growth. I mean, it's no secret that the economic team of this PDM government has caused an economic collapse.
I think, Ali, please, can you please answer this? Because I think Abdullah will then accuse me of interrupting him again. I will have to give the floor. Let Ali answer this. Ali, are things worse off as far as overall economy is concerned? According to Abdullah, he's saying things were really going in the right direction, and now, you know, your government has come in and it's messed up everything for the common man.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think they're doing damage control because in 4 years, the kind of damage PTI had done was pretty bad. We were in really bad shape. We were on a brink of default, and to save his politics, Mr. Khan, all the promises and all the agreements he had made with the IMF, you know, earlier before he came into power, he said, I'd rather commit suicide than go to IMF. I'm wondering why he hasn't done that yet. But now, while he was going to IMF, he actually agreed to a lot of things. But just when he saw that he was about to go out of power, he did not care about the national interest. He didn't care about the country. He just wanted landmines for the next government to come. He gave a subsidy on fuel prices. He did whatever he could just to make, just to give trouble to the next government, which the PDM government which has come. And he didn't think that he's not harming any government which is coming. Any harm which will be caused to Pakistan, due to which there was a delay in the IMF agreement. It took much longer. There was uncertainty. The stock market went down. Dollar, people were hoarding. There was speculation. There was political uncertainty till now because, you know, Imran Khan keeps threatening, you know, time and time again that I'm coming to Islamabad. And when my friend is saying we are very popular, we are in Punjab, we are in KP, we have our government, Gilgit, we have our government, Kashmir, we have our government. So if you are so interested in elections right now, when you're not caring about that, you know, 1/3 of your country is underwater, there are over 30 million people homeless. If you don't care about that and you just care about elections, why don't you resign from all the assemblies? Resign from all the assemblies, elections will happen automatically, right? Why don't you do that? They're not even willing to do that. They only talk, no action. Even Imran Khan, while this catastrophe had happened, this national disaster had happened of the, you know, the monsoon and the flooding, you know, Angelina Jolie came, everybody was, you know, globally we were getting a lot of support. Imran Khan was actually busy raising funds for his Hakiki Azadi. Then somebody on Twitter and social media, when he got a backlash, what the hell are you doing? You should be raising funds for the flood victims instead of your jalsas. Then the fundraising event which he had kept for his Hakiki Azadi jalsas was converted into flood victim collection, right? And till date, the Punjab machinery and the Punjab helicopters were using to facilitate him, to fly him to his jalsas. No relief work was done in KP or in Punjab, the kind which was done in Sindh. This is beyond. This is, you know, this is humanity. Forget politics. What about your country? The love for your country.
Abdullah, I think
love for your people.
In essence, let me, you know, as far as Ali is saying, he's saying if you really want the elections, general elections to happen, why not resign? Is that an option that is being looked at?
Maruk, we've already resigned from the National Assembly, and we
saw from all the assemblies.
No,
but if you do resign from the other assemblies, he seems to have a point.
We resigned from the National Assembly, and the mockery that we heard in one of the audios is the Chief Election Commissioner, the partisan Chief Election Commissioner, is taking instructions and dictation from Khwaja Asif and Rana Sanaullah as to how the election should be held, 11 seats at a time. So we've already seen that happen. The mockery's already been at play. And as far as my friend Ali Rashid is concerned, Khan Saab raised billions of rupees in a telethon. Where was our Prime Minister? He was grinning away at a reception for Her Majesty the late Queen in the Buckingham Palace. Where was Bilawal Zardari Saab? He was like his father back in 2010, who was lounging away in his chalet in Prague.
Prime Minister had gone to plead our case on a national front, and you know there is, as far as Jawad Saab, you can I think better answer this one.
Maruk, you have to let me finish. I feel that I'm always being interrupted by you.
Please, yes, please go ahead.
Yes. The thing is, I'm the one who's being faced by two people, two potent
fair enough,
people.
Fair enough. I agree with you there. Please go ahead.
Yes. So, Maruk, the thing is, Shahbaz Sharif Saab was in Buckingham Palace at the time that the monsoon rains hit, the inundation. He was there. Bilawal Zardari Saab was also in Davos at that time. So we can't say that Khan Saab's not done anything. Khan Saab's raised a lot of money in the telethon, billions of rupees. So it's a bit of a harsh criticism from Ali Rashid Saab when he says that. Yes.
Okay. Ji, can you hear me, Jawad Saab? Jawad Saab? No, I don't think he can. As far as Ali, then, as far as the fact that there is, according to Ali, according to Abdullah, he's saying that there is criticism generally as far as Bilawal Bhutto Zardari is concerned, as far as that international trip is concerned. How would you answer this?
Look, the thing is, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab was amongst his people in Sindh, in interior Sindh, when the floods happened. First he was there, even the Prime Minister came there, and everybody, all the visits happened, relief work was going on. Once he got everything started, he was the foreign minister of the country, and he had to plead the case for Pakistan internationally, and they had to go there. It was a national obligation of the public office that they were holding, so they needed to go. He's the foreign minister, obviously, but did he not go to the flood affected areas? Yes, he did. Did he not put it on a priority? He went there first, spent time with his people, and that Davos trip happened much later. And he flew out after all that, after the chief minister was there, all the machinery was there, and there were even the prime minister came there. Imran Khan Saab just came to Cipher, from the Cipher airport. He came, he just had a buffet for people. He just served food and he just left, and he didn't really, go to the people, see all the things. And you see, earlier my friend Abdullah was saying we got blackmailed by our partners, coalition partners, because they didn't let us do anything. I just want to ask him, what have they done for the coalition partners? Because I live in Karachi, I am in PPP now, but I do have ties with MQM and communication. They had made a lot of promises to MQM, the coalition partner, that we'll give you 1100 billion rupees for Karachi package. We will do this for Karachi, and the main mandate of Karachi is of PTI. They've not fulfilled even one of their promises. It's time to do some soul searching and see that maybe it's not an international conspiracy. Maybe it was the fact that you did not deliver, you didn't come through with the promises you made to your coalition partners. Your own MNAs were not happy with you because you weren't doing any work for the public, and they knew they had to go back to the area and contest elections again. So people were unhappy. You just failed. Your performance was bad, just admit it.
Abdullah, as far as as Ali Rashid is concerned, there is one, as far as argument is concerned overall, there is that argument that when we talk about performances, politics should generally be based on performances. And when you come back with a conspiracy or a conspiracy theory, which we've seen, the narrative of PTI mainly is about the cipher, I think you'll have to agree with that, then that performance goes into the background, right?
Not at all, Maro. As far as performance is concerned, I've already highlighted that Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government had record tax collection with the FBR, and it was using the tax collection, the money that it had raised in those subsidies. There's no mines that were set down, as Ali is referring to. In fact, the mines that were set by Ishaq Dar in 2017 and Miftah Ismail in 2018. So, yes.
Didn't you breach that contract with IMF when you gave a subsidy on the fuel prices right before going?
We gave the subsidies from the record tax collection that we raised, and that's how we were able to afford the subsidies. As far as the current government is concerned, I mean, look at the rate of the dollar. The dollar is touching the skies. I was having dinner with the president of the Karachi Chamber of Commerce, who's visiting Lahore last week, and he told me that the traders in Karachi are worried that the dollar might touch $300. 300 rupees per dollar, and this is the highest it's ever been since 1947. I mean, if the PDM regime is doing damage, I have to finish. If the PDM regime is doing damage control, then I'm sorry to say it's doing a very poor job. There is no damage control at all. We're actually in damage collapse mode.
But we are seeing the dollar come down. We've seen since the new finance minister took over, we've seen it come down to about 15 rupees, as I understand. But, of course, and according to the Himalayan government, since Jawad Saab isn't here, they are quite sure that that trend will continue. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have. Thank you so much for being with us. Abdullah Mumtaz Kaloon, thank you for joining us. Ali Rashid, thank you for being with us. Ahmed Jawad, thank you for joining us. As far as the overall trend in politics is concerned, as far as agitational kind of politics is concerned, certainly we have seen largely that from the opposition for the last 6 months now. But overall, as far as performance is concerned, as far as performance-based politics is concerned, one would like to see that instead of the kind of conspiracy theories that are being put forward, have been put forward from the opposition, and as far as a politics where we can see the case being pleaded in front of the people based on what each party has done. Let's hope that we can do that. Let's hope that we can move towards that kind of politics, although it doesn't seem like it's going to happen very soon. Thank you so much for joining us today on this.